Hello, I'm Mike McFarland and welcome you to your weekly mortgage industry update. Today's topic is on the Home Valuation Code of Conduct, AMCs or Appraisal Management Companies, and crappy appraisals. So let's just jump right in. As many of you know, the Home Valuation Code of Conduct was put in place a couple of years ago. It has been sunsetted and it's now been replaced by the Dodd-Frank bill. And in that Dodd-Frank bill, what they're trying to accomplish is, one, removing any undue influence upon the appraiser. So that means me, the loan officer, can't place the appraisal order. And secondly, they're trying to manage the fee process, or at least set some standard in place for fees. So let's talk about that real quick, because what Dodd-Frank says is that appraiser fees need to be reasonable and customary. So what is reasonable and customary? Well, reasonable and customary really depends on the market that you're in. So for example, here in Texas, our conventional appraisals run about $325 to $350. Standard FHA appraisal is probably about $400, but in other parts of the country you might see an appraisal run anywhere from $450 to $550 to $600, just depending on what state you're in. Now that's reasonable and customary. Now I think we would all agree that good appraisers deserve to be paid what they charge in the marketplace. So if they do an appraisal for $325 or $350 or $400, they should be paid that much money to do it, because it, one, ensures that we have quality appraisers doing quality work. Well, that's not always the case. So let's throw in an AMC, or an appraisal management company, and let's see what happens to this whole equation. An appraisal management company, their job is to manage a panel of appraisers for a lender, and it's supposed to remove the lender from the appraisal ordering process. Well, this AMC has to make money placing an order with somebody. So what they do is they go out to the marketplace and they find a bunch of appraisers out there that are willing to work for them for a reduced fee. So the appraisal charge is $350, but the appraiser maybe only gets $250. Can you imagine that? Almost a quarter of your income, or maybe even more in some other instances, is gone simply by the fact that somebody else placed an order directly with you instead of the lender. Now you can imagine what this means to the quality of the appraisers that are out there and the quality of the work that's getting done. Because if I'm a good appraiser, I'm working in the marketplace, I've got my relationships with my lenders, and I'm getting paid what I deserve to get paid. An appraisal management company is a completely different story. This is the reason why you see an appraiser in Lake Charles coming up to Houston, Texas, or the Woodlands to do an appraisal on a property that they have no idea what they're dealing with. But because they need the work, they'll take any fee to do it. So when you think that there's not much of a difference between lenders, let me tell you, there is, especially in regards to the appraisal process. The really big companies like Chase, Wells Fargo, even some of the larger national mortgage bankers, all have appraisal management companies that are in play, which are the intermediaries in the process of ordering the appraisal, which means that you're probably getting substandard appraisals from them. Now, here's another interesting twist. Some of these big companies actually own those appraisal management companies. Oh my God, believe it or not. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, these guys have ownership interest in the appraisal management companies that they use. So could you imagine that this just became a huge profit center for them? So if they're skimming $100, $125 off the top of the deal, they're making a little extra money on every transaction. How nice is that? So is there a difference in the marketplace? Absolutely there is. This is the rise of the independent mortgage bankers. Companies like Houston Capital and other smaller regionalized mortgage bankers have direct access to their appraisers that they've always used. The law only requires that we put somebody in place to place the order that's not directly involved with the transaction. So we manage our own same appraisers. I just don't place the appraisal order. So there's a huge difference when your clients are working with lenders in the marketplace, especially in regards to the appraisal. So I'm Mortgage Mike saying thanks for listening. I'll see you next week, and spread the love, heal the world.